So you see, very often when I say things, you guys think there's some crazy things that I'm always making up. I don't make this story up. These stories that I tell you here every day, I do not make them up. This is the reality. Either way, you're going to lose. Who is advising you? Where do you get your advices from? Do you go and find your group of brothers, they give you their advice? Or do you go and sit down with your those who have partners with their partners, and those who have girlfriends with their girlfriends, those who have wives with their wives, to give you logical and sound advice? Because here is the story of a man who's on a mission to improve himself. However, the support system that he has, or the person that is the main advisor in his life, is the wife, the mother to his children. And just to give you the background of the story before I even give you the story. So the man has been working probably in some of these construction jobs, these heavy manual jobs that most men do. And in the whole scenario, since when he's been working, all that he's been doing, work, 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 to provide for his family, provide for his wife. I even suspect the wife is a stay-at-home mother. And then he was involved in an accident. When he was involved in this accident, the accident took part of his livelihood, and he was bedridden for a couple of months. And the woman was there, and probably because the man had a little bit of savings, he could cover the expenses for the time that this man was in bed. Fairly good, right? So now the woman is complaining. My husband is a workaholic, and he's not giving me the attention that I want. If this man is to go to another woman for advice, do you know what the other woman is likely to advise him? The other woman is likely to tell him, you now need to give your wife all the attention that she wants and everything because of the circumstances that have come into your life and everything. However, if this man was bedridden and there was no little bit of money on the side that could have taken care of the family when he was bedridden because of the accident that he had at work, chances are 90% or even 99% of the time, this woman will have left the guy and just go out there in the world to be with another man. But because the man is a visionary, he was like, I'll keep this money here, just provide and save a little bit for the future, because he didn't know that this accident could have occurred to him. If he goes to a woman, he will receive a different advice than the one that he's gotten from the one that will have gotten from maybe a brother or his fellow men. So now, let's hear the story of the woman. This is a woman who wrote the story. She says, I gave birth about a month ago. I always thought I was mentally strong. I've faced many challenges in my life and managed to get through them. This is the first time I've ever felt truly depressed. I love my baby, and becoming a mother was something I was genuinely happy about, even after the physical exhaustion of childbirth. Are we together? So here is her first child that she's just given birth to. Beautiful thing. Oh, bro, for me, I respect women who are mothers. Mothers are the best thing in the world. Maybe sometimes I don't show it very often, but I do respect her. For her, giving birth to her first child, very beautiful, right? And she's saying now, what's breaking me is my husband. Now you'll stop and ask yourself, what's breaking her is her husband? How? The man, remember, first of all, the man is a workaholic. I don't know for how long these people have lived together for, and that's fine. But What's breaking her now after giving birth to the first child is her husband. And remember earlier when we said the husband is she said he is a workaholic husband. Get that right. And then she says, even before I go to what she says next, earlier on in the paragraph here, she says, I have faced many challenges in my life and managed to get through them. But this is the first time I've ever felt truly depressed. She's faced the other challenges. Let's assume that these people have been living together maybe for 3, 4, 5 years, because anyway, nowadays, most people, they start living together, then a child will come a bit later. So 99% of all the challenges that this woman was facing, the husband was there. Even when he was sick, he was still supporting her through these challenges, I assume. Which chances are very likely the man was supporting her. And she says, I have faced them. Without recognizing, first of all, that the husband was also probably there supporting her, or the brother was there supporting her, or even her own father, right? But now, she's at the point of exhaustion, right? She says, excuse me. She says, what's breaking me is my husband. I expected him to support me during this fragile postpartum phase. What is postpartum? Yeah, I heard there's something called postpartum depression, and I was having a conversation with the ladies here, and they were telling me, oh, it's a real thing. You know, Chris, okay, I understand women need help during this time. Completely agree with that, have no problem with that, and I agree with that. They need all the help they can get. But instead, he threw himself into preparing for job interviews. He's planning to switch jobs and has been focused on that ever since I gave birth. I understand wanting a better career or a remote job, he says, so he could spend more time with us. But timing couldn't be worse. Right now, all the baby responsibilities fall on me. There is a lot of things in here. She expected him to be there to support him throughout this postpartum phase. I don't really have so much knowledge in that, so maybe I need to read more into that so that I understand. But for her, she says she was expecting the husband to be there for her during this hard time that she was going through. But the man is busy preparing for his jobs and everything. Job interviews or applying for jobs left, right, and center. Remember, the man is still just doing what he knows best. Because anyway, in the mind of most men, yeah, I'm a husband, I need to provide for my family, and they will do anything that it takes to provide for this family. Plus, he's not doing it out of his own selfish reason, no. He's doing it so that he can spend more time with the same woman and the child. So there is that need, first of all. Let me find a way if I can get a job where I work remotely, working at home, so that I can be creating this time for my family. I see nothing wrong there. Okay. She says she's not getting the support. I understand that. Let's continue. Whenever I express that I need more support, he only helps after I get upset or angry. It doesn't feel like true partnership. Oh, shit. Shit. I hate that word. The word partnership. God damn it. Did you just say it doesn't feel like true partnership? So now, let's be real here. In true partnership, what's happening in partnership? Partnership means if I give birth to the baby, you're going to breastfeed it. If I wash it, you're going to put it to sleep. Listen, there's those maternal instincts that women have, and this is what makes women very strong in their own way of being. It makes them very strong. So saying it doesn't feel like true partnership, and she thinks that the guy will only help when she gets angry, that's very wrong. The guy helps when he can. And this is where women get it wrong. They think that by screaming at men, now men will listen more. No, men don't listen like that. As a man, I can tell you for a fact, anyone raise their voice, I'm like, yeah, nah, shut my mind. Just keep talking to the stones there. I don't have the time to for anyone to be shouting at me anyway, because nobody likes to be shouted at anyway. So she says the man only supports her when she's angry or when she's upset. Pass the message and just wait. The help will come. Because anyway, you might want me to help you carrying the baby, and maybe I'm just responding to an email quickly to schedule for an interview. Be patient. The world is not ending, so be patient. But remember, the husband is the one breaking her. Let's continue. On top of all this, he doesn't take care of his own health. He is overweight, has a history of serious back problem, and has been bedridden before. You remember when I told you the man has been bedridden before? Yes, because of it. I'm terrified that if he ends up that way again, I'll have to take care of two people, him and the baby. The thought alone is overwhelming. Listen, gentlemen, one thing, and I've said it here several times, you cannot afford to be heavier than your wife as a man. No, you cannot afford to be fat. No. On this one, I'm with this woman. He is overweight. So, probably the brother has never exercised. He doesn't go to the gym. He doesn't do nothing. Or, leave alone going to the gym, because anyway, you don't go and lose weight in the gym. No. What happens in the gym, first of all, has to be fixed from the comfort of your kitchen in the house. So it's the food that you take in first that you have to fix before you decide to go and fix your body in the gym. Because remember, this guy has been called a workaholic. If you are a workaholic, does that mean you have time to relax? So you are always working. But if you're always working, 6 o'clock you eat a heavy breakfast, 9 o'clock you eat a snack, 12 o'clock you eat a pre-lunch, 2 o'clock you eat lunch, 3 o'clock snack, 2 beers or 3 beers at the end of the day, of course you're going to be fat. So I agree with this woman that the man is not taking care of himself, because everything that passes closer to him, he's just eating and eating and eating. And as a result, the brother has gotten fat. This one I support the woman completely. So the woman has 1 point of support from me. The gentleman already has 4 points of support from me. And now, this woman is afraid. She's afraid that if this man that I have was to be bedridden again because of his health, then I'll have 2 babies to be looking after. And the thought of that is terrifying this woman, making her postpartum depression, making it even worse. I agree with the woman. So the man has to fix himself, fix his weight. And she doesn't want to take care of 2 babies. I agree with her. So let's finish up this story anyway. So I feel so alone in this. I don't know what to do. I'm tired, scared, and just sad. I'm not sure if I need counseling for postpartum depression or if we need marriage counseling, or maybe both. All my effort to talk to him was worthless. Shit. That's a very good way to finish it up. I feel so alone in this. And you know, for women and their feelings are like very close. That's why if you can trigger a certain level of emotions in a woman, then you can bug her. Whether it's positive or negative, you can bug her. So now she's saying she's not sure if she needs counseling for postpartum depression, or if we need marriage counseling. Bro, marriage counseling does not work. It does not work because I have tried it as someone who's never even been married. I've tried it. Bro, now let me tell you a story before we finish up with this one. Where I work with a church pastor. A church pastor. These are the people that when you go to them, and thank God he's not a Catholic. Because anyway, with a Catholic, they might say, oh, this man has never married. Why should I go to him for marriage counseling and all that? But this is the church pastor. He has a wife, been married for like 22 years or 20 years, and he has children. Some of his children are already at university. So I did ask him a question, and here's the scenario. Probably I've given these stories here. The scenario with the church pastor is this. A friend of him approached him. He was like, Pastor, I have a problem with my wife. My wife now, she works for the NHS, and anytime she will leave home, she will go and then she'll go spend the night even if she's not working, and then she comes back. And now the kids are worried where their mother go to and all these things. And I asked the pastor now, because for me, I was ready now to know what is this that is happening now. What kind of counseling did the pastor give to this gentleman? Because the marriage of the gentleman is busy suffering. I asked him, I was like, bro, what advice did you give the woman? I mean, the guy that came to you for advice? Because anyway, you're a man of God. And he said, Chris, for me, I said, these are the words that the pastor said. He said, there's no need for us to break the family. And I just told them to sit down with one another and try to solve the problems that they have. I was like, you already know that probably this woman is going out there. First of all, you should have told the guy, please go find out where your wife is or where she goes. Once you've established that, once you've established where the problem is, find out where the wife goes, address the disrespect, and if this cannot be solved, then this relationship is as dead as a person who died last night. This is why for me, I don't really believe in marriage counseling. It does not work. It does not work. Because for me, I was like, this guy is already seeing everything. And probably the wife has already given him all the signs. And because now he could not disclose most of the things to me, he's like, no, we just need to protect the family, and then things will just find their way out. I'm like, bro, let me not just mention his name. I'm like, bro, you and I we can clearly tell that this marriage is on its deathbed. But are you trying to convince me that this man should just keep on persevering and waiting until when they come to a solution? No, we are not being honest with ourselves. That's why for me, I genuinely believe marriage counseling does not work, because rarely gets to address the problem. Plus, first of all, women are playing the victim card. Oh, bro. And the whole story that I've read here for you is the same scenario. It's the woman playing the victim. Oh, my husband doesn't do this, my husband this, my husband that. On the overweight part, though, I'm with a woman. So now, she's wondering, should we go for marriage counseling? First of all, for me, I would say it's a big no. What are the future prospects of this relationship? Probably it's going to get to a point where if the man doesn't get his shit together, the woman might leave him. And who would be to be blamed? I'm not going to blame the woman. I'm going to blame the man. Because the woman has addressed things once, twice, 3 times. And the man has not taken up his part of the responsibilities. And there's no way this man is going to say, yeah, I'm looking after my family, yet he's not looking after himself. Because anyway, there's no way even me, myself, I'm not going to look after anybody before I look out after me. My mental clarity, is it stable? My physical, is it in good shape? Or my finances? Unless I get these things in control by myself first, I'm not going to add anything here. So this man he might be doing 80% of the things or 60% of the things right. He's a workaholic. He works as hard as he can possibly work. He wants a remote job so that he gets to spend more time with the family. Which I think, yeah, when kids are growing up, yeah, probably they will need him. But after some time, yeah, then the kids will grow and life will have to continue. So, as I wrap up this conversation, it's only this man who can save himself. Because anyway, the wife has already said what she wants from him. She wants him to get physically fit and probably also spend a little bit of family time, which I think the man is in the process of doing. She's also afraid. And women tend to operate on fear, because if she's afraid something might end up happening, before that thing happens, she will have stepped out. Because anyway, if this woman was a bad woman, she could have left him when he was bedridden. But she did not. So now it's entirely up to this man to take up his entire responsibility and say, I'm going to get my shit together and save my marriage. Otherwise, it's disaster in waiting. Those are my 2 cents on the conversation here. Yeah. So for those of you who are here for the very first time, yeah, don't forget to drop me a like, subscribe on my YouTube channel. If you see this on TikTok, also subscribe on Instagram. Yeah, I do post them on Instagram, Facebook. Anywhere you see them, yeah, make sure you follow me. And let's keep educating one another. I'll see you all in the next conversation.